Edwina Collins was in the hospital for about 4 weeks, and the hospital locked up everything. Her husband brought her her phone, and that made her a target. The charge nurse said it happens more often than you'd think. The story of a senior recovering while a thief turned her phone into a personal ATM. This is Fraud in a Moment, and the truth starts now. The hospital phone heist. How a senior's recovery became a thief's playground. Hospitals are supposed to be places of healing, but for one senior, they became the perfect hunting ground for a thief who understood exactly how vulnerable patients can be. Edwina Collins was in the hospital for 4 weeks as part of a treatment plan, not for long-term care, not for permanent placement, just a medically necessary stay where CNAs helped her shower and physical therapy was easier on site. The hospital was in the rough part of downtown, a place which meant everything had to be locked down tighter than normal. Blankets, snacks, even empty rooms were secured because people would sneak in to sleep, shower, or steal whatever wasn't nailed down. Edwina needed her phone, not for entertainment, but to stay connected while she was NPO, nil per os, hospital speak for nothing through the mouth. And unable to leave her room, her husband brought it to her, thinking nothing of it. One day, while she was doing her laps, the slow, painful walks that mark recovery, an orderly slipped into her room. He took her phone, not to browse, not to snoop, but to steal. He tried ordering merchandise. He tried transferring money. He tried zelling himself cash straight from her accounts. It was bold, it was opportunistic, and it was disturbingly common. The charge nurse didn't even look surprised. She said it happens more often than anyone realizes. Because thieves know the truth. Patients are medicated. Patients are exhausted. Patients are overwhelmed. Patients are vulnerable. And when they get home weeks later and review their transactions, they often can't remember whether a small charge was theirs or they're just too tired to fight it. The scam wasn't high-tech. It wasn't elaborate. It wasn't planned. It was opportunistic fraud, built on access, timing, and the assumption that a senior recovering from a medical event wouldn't notice, or wouldn't have the strength to challenge it. But Edwina did. She learned. She adapted. She now carries a burner phone for what she likes to call no slippy socky vacations. The dark humor seniors use to describe hospital stays, and she and her husband smartly created a third bank account that never holds more than $100. She turned her vulnerability into vigilance, and she refused to be a victim twice. What did we learn from this story? 1. Hospitals are high-risk environments for opportunistic theft. Staff, visitors, and outsiders may target unattended belongings. 2. Phones are financial gateways. Anyone who accesses your phone can access your money. 3. Medication and exhaustion reduce awareness. Scammers rely on patients being too tired or foggy to notice small transactions. 4. Use a limited fund account during hospital stays. Keeping only $100 to $200 in a hospital account reduces exposure. 5. Consider a temporary or burner phone. It limits access to sensitive apps and financial tools. 6. Enable biometric locks and disable quick pay features. Prevent unauthorized Zelle, Venmo, or Apple Pay transfers. 7. Review transactions immediately after discharge. Early reporting increases the chance of recovery. 8. Never assume hospital staff are automatically trustworthy. Most are wonderful, but some exploit access. 9. Ask family to secure valuables. Phones, wallets, and cards should be monitored or locked away. 10. Your vulnerability is temporary, but fraud can be permanent. Protect yourself even when you're healing. A hospital room, a recovering senior, and an orderly who saw her phone as a payday. Fraud doesn't always come from strangers online. Sometimes it comes from the people who walk into your room wearing a badge and a smile. This scam worked because it exploited exhaustion, medication, and trust, the perfect storm inside a hospital. This has been Fraud in a Moment, where we expose the schemes hiding in plain sight and give you the tools to protect what's yours. Until next time, stay alert, stay steady, and remember, even in recovery, protect your phone and protect your accounts, because the wrong person is looking at your stuff for the right amounts.